Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/thepropshop. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hey Shop Rats, you're listening to episode 27 of The Prop Shop, the podcast that brings you the coolest news and insight into the cosplay world. For the week of February 8th, 2015, we're your hosts, Adam Hazy and Sean Toomey. You like what I do with your last name there, Sean?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing the intro music. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So we're back for the second podcast of the year, which I feel really bad about that.
Yeah, we've had a lot of technical difficulties and personal difficulties.
On top of technical difficulties, we had some issues with some people, and then school.
Yeah. Hooray.
Didn't think it would affect the podcast, but it turns out it did. Thanks, education.
Yeah, you're the best.
Yeah, but education comes first. This is just a hobby that we do for all you guys.
Yeah.
That was a smile, and there's a shade sparkle of the teeth. So, there's that. So, Sean, to get back into the groove of things, have you been on working on anything cool lately?
I actually have been working on a few things.
Have you?
Yes, I have. I've just been waiting on some upgrade parts from a Mando to come in.
Oh, so you ordered some upgrade parts?
I did, just a few upgrade parts. I got a neck seal from our friend Jade. I don't know, she hasn't been on the podcast, has she?
She has not.
She has not. We're going to have to get her on here.
One of these days.
So I got a neck seal, and I also got a face mask that I've been waiting on since January 2nd. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been waiting on it for a very long time. So, and I'm also getting ready to redo my chest plates. So.
Oh, are you gonna make them out of this time?
I don't know, since I can't find any Sintra around here, I'm probably just gonna go back with the trash cans because it seems to work just fine.
Right.
I mean, it looks all right. There's nothing wrong with using it, but
right.
I'm gonna make them just a little bit bigger. I'm also going to try and remake the vest because it's
by hand, or
I'm gonna try one. I'm probably gonna make one. Because it's cheaper than buying one, but it's a lot more hard work. But it doesn't close properly on me. So because I apparently gained a little bit of weight since I made it last.
Or you got taller.
Well, no, I gained a little bit of weight.
Okay.
It doesn't close properly anymore.
Is it Velcro or
it's
zipper
Velcro.
or snaps,
It's Velcro.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it Velcros under the arms, which really isn't the best way to go about doing it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, usually
things are in the back.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really awkward to...
Especially since the back plate would be covering that up anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So
See, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably get like a zipper or something, or have it closed with a zipper.
Okay.
This time around. I don't know.
So... What about the neck seal? Tell me more about that.
The neck seal, it's just a fabric neck seal that closes with Velcro in the back.
Okay, so it's not like one of those like vinyl or rubbery ones. That
No. It's just a fabric one. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's nothing fancy on that one. In the face mask, it's just a really long fabric tube. Really, it's just there to cover up the back of my hair, and if I take the helmet off, it covers from the nose down. It covers my chin and stuff. Why don't you just
go to a fabric store and buy like a yard of black fabric and then sew it together?
Because my sewing skills are crap. So.
Well, do you have like a mom or sister or grandmama that knows how to sew?
I do, but yeah, I don't want to. So.
They'd just be like, "Grandmama, don't you love me?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, sonny, I'll sew it for you."
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I imagine that's how it would go.
No, I don't want to do that. No, I like the... I just saw this. It was 90 cents on Amazon, so, I mean, I figured, why not? Of course, I was really hoping to have it by the last con that I went to, and that was a month ago.
Oh.
So, yeah.
But it's not good.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting on it. It'll be here this week. If it's not here this week, then I'm going to have to...
Go talk to some people.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get on to some people. Yeah. But I'm also working on, or I'm also starting a new thing, too. I'm looking into starting a Daft Punk costume.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How are you gonna start that? Which one? Which guy?
Thomas.
Thomas, not Guy.
No, not Guy, because his last name is too long. It's like Guy de Manuel de Hamen Cristo. I think is that. I don't know. I probably butchered that. No, Thomas's last name is really short and good.
Okay.
Yeah, but I found some helmets on Etsy that I really liked. They they're not too expensive, so I'm probably gonna get one of those. And they come with visors too, so that's pretty good.
Nice.
So.
That's always helpful.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do any electronics in it though, because that's just too much time that I don't have.
Come on.
No, it's just too much time that I don't have. I'd love to, but I'm not gonna do it. So.
Okay, you don't know what you're missing out on.
Well, whatever. So how about you? Are you working on anything?
I've been working on a lot of schoolwork, on some projects and papers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I got a couple more pieces printed for my 3D lightsaber that we talked about so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I only need like 4 or 5 more parts, and I'll finally be done with it.
Cool. So how's it looking so far?
Exciting.
Is it coming together? What does it look like?
Pretty good. Like, I think it looks fantastic. I haven't put all the pieces completely together yet, only because some of them are snap together pieces, and I don't want to get them stuck. So I kind of assemble them on top of each other, and it looks so cool.
Awesome.
As soon as I get all the pieces parts done, there'll be pictures going up on Facebook, but don't expect that done for at least like another month, because like I've stated before, I'm using the university's printer, so I'm not top priority. It's first come, first serve.
Right. Which I don't really imagine that very many people know about it. Do a lot of people know about it?
No, I don't think so. It takes about a week and a half usually for me to get a part. So depending on how many printers they have, either I'm the only one that's actively using it, or
they just have a lot of printers.
Yeah.
So, which I'm guessing that you're probably one of, like, you and 3 other people know about it.
Well, honestly, it's probably me, some engineering majors who don't already have their own, because I found every day I'm so mad. Every day I go to class, I walk by this one room that has like signs on the door that's like only for these certain like classes at these specific times, reserved for blah blah blah, do not enter, blah blah blah. But they have this huge glass window, and what do I see lined up? Like 5 to 7 3D printers, a CNC machine, a laser cutter, and I'm like, let me in that room. And almost every time I go by, there's students sitting at a table, like 4 students sitting at a table, the projector's on, and there's like some kind of like Arduino programming thing going on, or how to build this electronic kit, and I'm like, let me in.
You should just kind of like press yourself up against that window, just kind of like...
I know. But then they'd buy blinds and close them so I couldn't see anything.
Or either make it like a one-way mirror.
Yeah. So honest, but it's probably the people who work there, me, and like a very select few other people who actually use the 3D printers in the library.
Yeah. Oh, they're in the library. That's cool.
It's like a media center, quote unquote.
Oh, okay.
But so you submit your file online through the school's website they have set up for it, and then they contact you when it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to fill out this paper, like who you are, what the model is, how big, what color you want.
Right. I kind of wish that my high school had something like that. But
I wish my high school did too. I had to go to college.
Yeah, well, I wish there was somewhere around here where I could use a 3D printer, but there's nothing around here.
I will say, my only issue so far, besides having to get one piece reprinted, I think, because I don't like how it turned out, is all of my gray pieces are the same color gray, except my newest piece, it's a darker gray. And granted, everything will be sanded and painted and primed, but still, it's like, you couldn't make it the same color gray.
Oh, that's annoying. That's kind of like, that's kind of like noticing that after like 5 years that a piece of tape has been painted over on your wall, and you're like, ooh.
I take it that's happened to you
True
before?
Story. Twice. Twice. Here's the thing. Okay. I was like, it was, I think 2 years ago. It was either 2 years ago or last year. I was I was sitting at my parents' house. I was still living at my parents' house. And in my bedroom, next to my computer, I looked over at the wall, and there was this little piece of tape that had been painted over. And I'm like, you didn't even bother to take the tape off when you repainted this room? What's the matter with you people? And then when I moved in here, like, I kid you not, about 6 weeks ago, I looked at the entryway next to the door. There's a piece of tape that they painted over. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It's following me everywhere.
That is amazing.
It's horrible because it's like, I want to take it off, but then there'd be a weird spot there.
I hope so much when you get your own house and you move out and do whatever.
But there's going to be a piece
of
of tape there.
I hope there's a piece of tape that was painted over.
I hate you. Because now that you said it, it's probably going to happen.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
No. It's horrible. Because it's like, when you notice it, and when you first see it, you can't unsee it. It's always there, and you'll always notice it. Nobody else will understand why you're freaking out over what appears to be nothing, but no, there's a piece of tape that's staring back at you on the stupid wall.
That's funny.
So,
you know what's going to be even funnier?
What's going to be even funnier?
If on your Mando kit,
there's a piece of tape.
You're going to do whatever, and you're like, oh, let me tape this real quick just to see how it looks, or blah, blah, blah.
And then paint over it.
And then you completely forget about it, and you paint over it.
Luckily,
at a con, somebody points it out to you.
Luckily, I use bright blue painter's tape, so... Luckily.
That's disappointing.
So, yeah, luckily. But, yeah, that'd be horrible. To just see a piece of, like, clear tape or something that had been painted over, and you just see these little rectangle with zigzag lines on the end.
No, you know what's going to be even better? If we ever meet up in person and do a live podcast together,
yeah,
I will bring clear tape with me, find your Mando suit, and just go and put it on there and just walk away.
I hate you so
And you will never notice it.
Well, see, now that you've said it, I'm going to be looking periodically for something like that.
And you know what's even funnier?
What?
You'll be looking when I'm nowhere near it.
I know. But you've made me paranoid now. So, speaking of Mandos, I actually found the only Star Wars Black Series Mando figure in the area.
Oh, really?
I found the only one. It was the prototype Boba. So now I need to find another one.
I wouldn't mind having one too.
Yeah, they're really cool. From what I understand, though, if you take them out of the box, they're not as they don't have as much articulation as like Greedo or something. Greedo.
I believe it because there's actually armor pieces.
Yeah,
there.
Greedo is the most articulated figure, I think.
That's cool.
But no, it's because the legs don't move out as much because there's pouches on his thighs.
Yeah,
and stuff.
There's a lot of the Black Series, the big ones, the 6-inch. Are they 6-inch? Right?
This is a 6-inch.
Yeah, there's a lot of the 6-inch figures I'd like to get. I just can't afford to get them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I mean, they're only like $20 at Walgreens. Well, this one was $20, and I've been seeing them for like $30 at some places. I'm like, you gotta be kidding.
That's the problem I'm having with some of the 3 3/4 figures of like Darth Revan, Darth Plagueis, Darth Malak, Mara Jade. I'm seeing them going for like 30 plus.
Yeah.
For 3 3/4 inch figures.
Well, it's not as bad as the amiibos. Let me tell you.
Or 3 1/4.
Not nearly as bad as the amiibos.
Oh, you guys got into amiibos?
My sister did, yeah.
Oh, nice. I've thought about getting them just to make as little statues for
you need to get them and then sell them because they go fast, and you could probably make a little bit of money with them. So.
Well, all the ones I see in my stores are like Pikachu, Peach, Mario, Luigi.
Yeah. Well,
Kirby.
Well, let me tell you, my sister and I woke up about 2 weeks ago at...
Were you in a coma?
No, 2 weeks ago.
You guys just woke up 2 weeks ago?
You didn't let me finish. Yes, we were in a coma. No, we woke up about...
Wow, I'm sorry.
It was at about 7:45-ish on a Sunday morning, which I don't normally get up until noon on a normal day, and we got up at 7:45-ish. And we went to Target, stood out in the rain, and waited for the store to open.
Wow.
Well, when we got there, there was a line formed. We walked up, and they asked if we were amiibo hunters, and we said, yeah, and everybody else was there.
There's a title now?
Yeah, they're amiibo hunters.
Huh.
And, of course, I was really tempted to say, no, I'm here for the new toaster oven. It's able to toast 3 slices of bread. So, but anyways.
Why is there only 2 and 4 toasters?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, anyways, we got there. We were told that there was going to be 16 of these Target exclusive figures there. We got in. There was only...
Who's the Target exclusive figure?
Rosalina and Luma.
Really? Rosalina is?
Yeah.
Huh.
Rosalina is a Target exclusive.
Interesting.
We were told that they were going to have 16 there, so we had better get there early. When we got there, we found out that they only had 11.
Dun dun dun.
And there was about 8 or 9 people lined up waiting for these things. But anyways, the point is they only get like 12 or 11 or 12 of these things at a time, and so you got to get them really fast, so or else you're out of luck. They're hard to find.
Yeah, because I know one of my friends from my Pokemon League cannot for the life of him find a Lucario amiibo from Toys R Us.
Yeah, we actually were lucky and got a Lucario.
Oh, nice.
We went to Toys R Us, and I have a friend that works at Toys R Us, and he said, or we went there, and they said, no, we don't have any of these things. And then he just kind of looked around and said, actually, our manager is holding them for his friends. We have actually 10 of them in the warehouse or in the back. And we were like, are you kidding me? And then he looked around again and said, I'll be right back. He went and grabbed one and sold it to us.
Nice.
So we lucked out on the It's
Lucario. Always good to have friends.
Yeah, we lucked out on the Lucario. But the ones like, or there was some other ones that had come out, and the pre-orders closed like an hour after or something like that because they sold out.
Oh, wow.
On all of them. Yeah, like I know we went to GameStop and asked about some, and they said, good luck finding those because, I mean, unless you pre-ordered or reserved them, you're not going to ever find any more. So, So, yeah,
interesting.
It's dumb how Nintendo decided to make so few of these things when they knew that the demand was going to be so high.
So, in a slightly different type of entertainment news,
yes,
I do. There's a lot of things that have been occupying me lately.
Oh, really?
The Walking Dead just came back on.
Mm-hmm.
Better Call Saul premiered, the Breaking Bad spinoff.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And Gotham.
Oh.
You know how much we've been talking about Gotham.
Yeah.
Everybody who listens knows we love Gotham.
Yeah, last night's Gotham was spectacular. So,
it was fantastic.
Especially the fact that they revealed the Joker.
I can't wait to see what happens. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Well, why did you go? It's not really a spoiler because I mean, I mean, you can find the clips online from the preview or like on the next episode of Gotham. You know, so
maybe some people don't watch those shows.
Well, maybe they should.
I don't watch them.
It's free on Hulu. The show's free on Hulu. You should watch it.
It's also free on cable if you have cable.
Well, yeah, free.
But Netflix also had a big announcement.
Oh, yes, they did.
A Legend of Zelda original series.
Yep, a live-action series.
So that's going to be interesting.
That is going to be very interesting. Also, ABC is bringing back BattleBots.
Yes, I am so excited for BattleBots.
Here's hoping that Grant Imahara is going to be the host. That would be amazing.
He better, or they're missing a huge opportunity.
They are. I think they're only airing 6 episodes, though. My voice is starting to go. What is up with me?
Only 6 episodes?
Yeah, only 6 episodes right now. But, you know, I mean, if you think about it, that's...
So it's going to be a pilot season and then see what happens?
Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe it's going to be like a yearly special type thing, because I do know, like, when BattleBots was first around, it was always like a annual competition that they recorded.
See, that'd be fine, but I feel like people would lose interest over it because the hype wouldn't be all year round. But I think I would... I don't know. I'm excited for it, though. I can't wait to see
Maybe.
it again.
I don't know exactly how everything's going to play out, but I do know that they're only going to have 6 episodes right now.
Are they going to allow battle quads or just grounded units?
More than likely, just ground robots. That would be really cool if they had flying robots, but I doubt that they're going to be able to put.
Yeah, because then you can have land on air, air on air, land on land.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be able to do that.
It would be so cool.
That would be really cool. But the only thing that really bothers me is they got rid of weight classes.
Oh.
So, like a 40, yeah. So like
that's official.
Yeah, it's official. Like the 40-pound robots will be able to go up against 212-pound robots.
I don't like that. That's not fair.
Really? It's like, really?
Because nobody's gonna build the little bot then.
Everybody's gonna go with like, what was the name of that robot? It was so cool. It was like.
What was its weapon?
Cirkilabot or something like that. Do you remember that?
Huh. I'm not good with names.
No, that was from Robot Wars.
What was his weapon?
His weapon, it was like a...
was it the saw blade or the spike arm that went...
No, this one, this was for Robot Wars. This wasn't for BattleBots. But no,
I don't think I watched Robot Wars.
Yeah, Robot Wars had one that was called like Kilobot or something, or Cirkilabot. I think that's what its name was. And it had a lance that would drive through the robots and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And the arms would move up and down for different height robots and stuff like that and push them into the pits.
That's pretty cool.
It was insane. I remember that. That was really cool.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. So,
we should probably start talking about actual prop stuff now, huh?
Yeah. But going back, or before you get started, you mentioned The Walking Dead, right?
Yes.
Well, for the listeners of The Prop Shop, Audible.com is offering a free audiobook download with free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their amazing service. Personally, we recommend The Walking Dead Rise of the Governor. Have you read that one, Adam?
I have not. It's been on my to-do list to read for a long time now, but just the fact of it, and I read like the back of the book. Mm-hmm. Oh, it seems so cool because the governor was one of my favorite characters.
Well, if you want to download and listen to The Walking Dead: Rise of the Governor, go check it out at audibletrial.com/thepropshop. Again, that's audibletrial.com/thepropshop.
I can't wait to go get that audiobook.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It sounds pretty cool. I'm not really a fan of The Walking Dead as much as I probably should be, but it still sounds really interesting.
Yeah, everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
If there was an audiobook for Gotham, I'd probably get that.
Well, there probably is.
Yeah, but
it's called Batman.
You know,
I got to be that guy.
We don't need your sass.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
It makes the show a little more entertaining, I think.
But yeah, back on track. For prop things this week, it's not actually a prop thing.
What?
It's for the shop.
Well, that is part of the
we
name.
talk about props and shops.
Yeah, it's part of the name too, you know?
Yeah, it is. So today, we're actually going to be talking to you guys about probably one of the most important things that you can actually have.
What is that?
More important than the tools. More important than the paper.
More important. Tools more important than paper. What can that be?
Not more important than the passion, though. The passion
is pretty high up there, so.
But this ranks pretty high on the what you need. A workbench. That's right, a workbench.
A workbench.
Wasn't what you were expecting, was it?
Not at all, actually, because I usually work on the floor.
Well, that's a type of workbench.
It's almost a work area, you know. But.
It is. So, here's why I kind of think it's important to have like a good, solid workbench.
Okay.
Because most of the time, how comfortable are you working on the floor, Sean? Are you usually quite comfortable sitting there for hours on end?
It's not too good on my back. I mean, I'll give you that. So.
See, but with a workbench, you can sit down, you can stand up, you can have an elevated chair.
Yeah.
You could do all kinds of things.
You're not hunched over all the time. So, yeah, that's pretty important. That's pretty good.
Right. So that's always a plus. And workbenches go from a magnitude from, like, simple to complex. Like, you can get, like, a couple 2x4s, cut them into some legs, and put a piece of plywood on top, and you got a workbench.
Yeah.
Or you can go like super extreme and build drawers and shelves and maybe even a door that opens up and then has a scissor arm inside and pops up for expanded table space. Who knows? I just thought of that, though. That's really cool.
You should get on that. Like ASAP.
The reason why I bring this up is because the past couple weeks on YouTube for Propped Up at youtube.com/UnitedPropBuilders, I've been seeing workbench videos that people have been doing, or like shop videos or cabinets or stuff like that, and I'm like, workbenches are actually a pretty important part of the experience. Because I know personally from the one I have at home, is kind of what I described. It's like, you have your 4 legs, you have a couple cross beams for support, you have like a shelf built into the bottom of it, and the top is like a piece of old wooden countertop from somewhere, because it's got like the curves go on the top and on the bottom. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's actually really nice, because what I did to it to like do my own kind of custom modification, because apparently my dad built it like years ago, is I just did the simplest thing to it, and it changed everything. So before I had the table saw, I was cutting everything by hand with an X-Acto knife or a wood burner, which I don't recommend, and so there'd always be like pieces and chunks left, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when you sand something, there's pieces and chunks lying around. So what did I do? I had a brush that I'd always brush the top of the counter off with, right into the trash can. I put a nail into the side of the leg.
Okay.
Revolutionary. I know it doesn't seem like much, but then I could hang the brush at arm level.
Oh, okay.
So when I put my hand down, it's at hand level, and I just hook my brush off the nail and sweep and hook it right back on and get back to work.
Okay.
It's not taking up counter space. It's at a convenient spot for me to grab it. It was great. So then after we moved some stuff around, the workbenches moved.
Okay.
We had one that we were kind of using for storage and stuff, and it was bigger. So we were like, oh, let's use this. Now, bigger doesn't always mean better, because the top of the top of it is 2 pieces of thin plywood. So there's like a gap between them. They sag a bit in the middle. And there's like divots and holes from years and years of use. So it's not the best. So it is nice to have the space to lay everything out and work on it and everything, but it's not as smooth, cut, and crisp. And that's why I feel like having the right workbench for the job is an important part of any prop maker or shop experience.
Yeah, and I've really wanted to get like a workbench set up, but no, I don't have any room to do it. I really can't do one.
So what would your ideal workbench setup be?
Oh gosh, my ideal setup. Well, it'd be something. It'd be pretty tall to where I can stand there and work comfortably, where I'm not hunched over all the time. Probably wouldn't have a chair. It'd probably just be me standing up. Something.
I only use the chair when I'm hot gluing, because then I can kind of sit down and just hold the piece.
Yeah, probably. I would probably have something well lit, first of all. This is a really weird question, actually, because I haven't really put too much thought into what my ideal setup would be.
Because I kind of have an idea for mine. It's really rough because I just started thinking about it too.
Okay.
But ideally I would want like another one of those like countertop type tops. Because they're thick, smooth, heavy, and they get the job done.
Yeah.
So I like that. And I like how it has that curved edge instead of a 90-degree angle bench wall thing. I did a really terrible job explaining that. When you push a table against a wall, you have that 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
I don't like that, because then you can't brush the stuff off. It'll fall in the crack or whatever. So if I can get like that countertop experience against the wall, that's fantastic. So my brush can go over and just right off.
Right.
But what would be kind of cool is if you took that, you cut sections out of it, and you just swept into the section, and it was like a garbage chute almost, but for your little bits and bobs that you want to get rid of. Or have it vented and have like vacuum suction, so you can just kind of sweep there and it goes right away off the table.
Right.
That's just a completely random idea. I don't know if I like that yet, but what I would really like to have is an L-shaped workbench, so that way it wraps around.
Yeah.
On one area, it'll have a, I don't know what you would call it, almost like not a lazy Susan, but a spinning portion where I could put something on there and then just spin it.
That'd be a lazy Susan.
Okay, that is lazy Susan? Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was the same thing if it's above the table or built into the cabinet.
It's called lazy Susan. I mean, it's a type of fixture. It's just a lazy Susan.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd want one of those so that way I can put something there and then work on it and have it spin instead of me having to move around it.
Okay.
Because sometimes that causes a problem. So that would be on like the curve of the L.
Yeah.
Kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
I would want shelves and drawers. Probably shelves more than anything. Because what I would do is like have all my supplies and stuff piled on the shelves underneath the the tabletop. Mm-hmm. And I think I would have one set of drawers, but it'd actually be a wheeled toolbox almost.
Okay.
You know, kind of like those big red Craftsman ones.
Yeah.
Except I'd probably want a nice wooden one. It would look nice. And so I can kind of wheel that out, and that way if it's like, oh, I need to be standing here, I can kind of wheel it off to the side, mm-hmm. open the drawers, and pull something out. I probably would get, instead of just having like lights in the ceiling, like I would have those, mm-hmm. but I think I would also have some scissor arm lights on the curves in the corner, so I can kind of move the lights exactly where I need them for just additional light, assuming I'm not in the best lighting setup to begin
now,
with.
Would you get the type of lights that has like the magnifying lens in the middle, to where it's like the ring light with
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I know my dad on his workbench in his shop where he works on like guitars and amplifiers and stuff like that. He's got one of those, and he uses that.
I think I would need that somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere.
For like doing detail pieces or something, I would say.
I would also want, you know how a lot of times tabletops, the lip comes out past the legs and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I would want electrical sockets under there, so I could just plug stuff right into the workbench.
Probably put it in the back, because I know, again, my dad's workbench has the sockets in the back.
See, the only thing I was worried about that is like dust and stuff getting into it.
Well,
from the back.
I could see.
And
that
then of course I'd probably want the peg boards so I can hang tools up also.
Yeah.
And that scissor arm dropout thing sounds pretty cool that I came up with a while ago.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Now, I think something that I would put in there is like I would have a hole cut out in the somewhere in the actual workbench itself with a shop vac tube or hose connected to it, to where I could brush like sawdust and stuff into that.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what we were I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, you were talking about like having a little like a collection thing or something.
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah, something like that.
Because it's just one of those things where I feel I'd want something to sweep it into, because I feel like if it's a suction, mm-hmm. then it'll mess something up somewhere along the line, or something will go down it that I didn't mean to go down it.
Well, that's why you get like a mesh or something to go over it.
Yeah.
So that way only dust and little bits of stuff go into it.
But yeah, I feel like I'm trying to just think of anything else off the top of my head. These are all just like sporadic ideas that I don't know how they would work together, but in my head they sound like good things to have.
Yeah. I like the lazy Susan idea. I would also put something like a helmet stand or something, like if I'm working on, or if I'm painting a helmet or something, have it on there.
That would be so cool.
What would be cool?
Okay, so stick with me for a second.
Okay, you're really excited.
I am.
All right.
So, where the legs of the workbench would be, right?
Right.
You have a button, like under the lip.
Okay.
And you push the button, and from the leg, which was flush, it's also flush with the tabletop.
Uh-huh.
Because a dowel will be pushed up from the center of the leg, and the part of it will be like curved at the top because it was flush with the tabletop.
Right.
And so you push your button, and then your helmet stand comes out from the table itself.
So that way you're not wasting. That's why you're not wasting space.
Right.
Interesting.
Because if you have that one leg for support, like in the middle, like where the two big pieces join, it doesn't need to necessarily be weight bearing. It's just kind of there for support.
Right.
So you can have a dowel in the middle of that can come up with its curved top, and then you can retract it so that you always have no matter how much space you need, you still have that space. Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Interesting. I wouldn't motorize it or anything. I'd just spring load it. Honestly, I wouldn't motorize it because that's overcomplicating things. I think it'd be easier to spring load it. Of course, it would just shoot out and go if the thing failed at one point, it'd go through your roof.
Yeah.
Go dung. Just imagine the sound that thing would make every time you push the button.
The motorized would be safer, quieter, and less of a hassle in the long run.
Well, maybe. I think this would be a little easier, I think. Spring loading.
Oh, and I would need off to the side, so it would L again. So now it's a U shape. It's a squished U.
Yeah.
I would need a light table, so that way when I go to draw schematics,
a drafting
or
table,
templates or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's actually very important. Now, I've actually been wanting one of those for a while.
Okay,
now.
no, you're gonna have to add another L shape. So now it's just an O table. So
why?
Vacuum form table.
No, that'd be its own table. That's not part of the workbench.
No, nonsense.
That's a completely different experience.
But we gotta go full circle here.
I don't want to go full circle, then I can't get out.
Well, what about the little retracting arm thing? You could just use it like a little swing open door thing.
So now I'm like a bank teller?
Yeah,
I have my little, no.
Yeah. Are you working at a pawn shop now?
Hey, I got your tools. I can hook you up. Yeah. No.
See, that's what I'd actually wouldn't mind having a vac form table.
I wouldn't mind one either, but not as part of my workbench. I'd want it off to the side.
I wouldn't mind it in the workbench. So, I mean, that way I wouldn't have to.
Then you have more than a vac table. You have the vac form table. You have the heating part of the table. It's a whole huge mess. Then.
No,
it's like I'd like to have a painting box, but I don't want that part of my workbench. I want that off to the side.
Well, yeah, that would definitely have to be off to the side. But no, the vac form table I think would be good on a workbench.
Which I thought about actually building my own painter's box.
I did too, because I can't really paint that much where I'm living now. So.
Same here.
Yeah. Did it once though, so.
Oh.
Well, no, I'm not. Nobody said I wasn't allowed to paint. I mean, I can go out into the parking lot and do all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I can't use any kind of chemical.
Yeah, I can paint. I can do whatever I want, really.
Aerosol chemical.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want, really. There's nothing in the rules that say I can't.
And it's too cold for me to do anything.
Well, yeah, it's really cold.
It's been anywhere from -5 to a high of 20.
Yeah, that's pretty cold.
Yeah. And I've been walking to class in that, mind you.
Wow.
20-minute walk.
Oh, wow.
Uphill, both ways.
No shoes.
With just my newspaper shoes.
Yeah. Carrying your books with a belt instead of an actual bag.
Yeah, and did I mention our school's designed after an Arizona school to create artificial wind? So that's fun.
Why?
That's a good question.
I mean, it's designed after a school to where wind... Why?
Because in Arizona there's not a lot of wind, so they need wind to cool everything down.
You don't need wind in Ohio.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, and I would need a clock somewhere in my workshop.
Oh, yeah, a clock, definitely.
Now I'm talking about the workshop instead of the workbench specifically. But yeah, I feel like the workbench discussion is a very important discussion to have.
Yeah, it's kind of... It's one of those things you really don't think about a whole lot, though, because it's just one of those...
Because you either have one and you're happy with it, or you don't have one and you're...
happy.
You don't know you don't need one.
Yeah. You just don't care.
Yeah.
Kind of like... Well, I don't want to say kind of like me, because, I mean, I kind of wish I had one, but I'm...
Me personally, I think the workbench is a very important part.
Yeah. It is. It really is. It's one of those things that it's just kind of overlooked, even though it's you shouldn't.
Yeah.
But
and I'd want a wood workbench as opposed to a metal one.
How about a concrete one?
No, too heavy.
Well, not really.
I don't know. I just like wood. I like wood, so I want a wood one.
Yeah, I like wood too, except for the fact that well, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. I would want something that had a a self-healing surface, kind of like the X-Acto cutting boards or the cutting mats. I'd want something like that to where, like, if I cut
I don't know.
something. Have
you seen my cutting boards? They're full of gishes and gashes.
Do you have the self-healing ones?
I think so.
Because I've got the self-healing ones, and it does exactly what the name says. It's self-healing.
But see, here's the thing. I like the bamboo cutting boards.
Oh, you like the wooden ones.
I like wood stuff.
You do like wood. Okay, I'm just going to, like, next time I go out somewhere, I'm just going to get you a wooden ball and say, here you go. It's a wooden ball.
I'd probably be really happy with a wooden ball.
I don't know what it's for. It's just, here, it's a paperweight made of wood.
Because then I could probably, like, carve it into a Pokeball or something.
There you go.
I always wanted to get into wood.
Have you gotten that Pokeball yet?
Nah.
You should message him.
We actually haven't discussed that yet.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't discussed that yet?
No.
Oh, well.
So, stay tuned to find out more about that.
Oh, you big tease, you.
I was holding out until I got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So, you guys will find out more about that later.
Yeah, you should message him, though.
On the to-do list. But yeah, wood's nice. See, metal would be nice too. Except then it would get cold, and every time I touched it, it would be cold.
Well, that's why you have a heated workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
See, that's why I would want the... I'd want something that I could cut on, but it wouldn't chip away as much.
Now, define cut.
Like, cut something
like... cut with a saw?
No,
or like cut with a knife?
Cut with a knife. Like, I know you can cut with a knife just fine on wood, but it gets all... You cut gashes into it, and it's like...
Well, not if it's countertopped, like the one that I used to work on back home.
I don't know what kind of countertops you've been cutting on, but countertops usually, you can cut into it.
You've seen my workbench, haven't you? Like, through pictures that I've posted of
Yeah.
Facebook? So you know what I'm talking about, how it's got, like, that smoothed...
It's a smooth, almost... I don't want to say bamboo-looking kind of thing. It's like a wood laminate.
It's a light-colored wood.
It's a wood laminate, yeah, because I actually... At my parents' house, we have the same countertops.
But, like, it doesn't chip. It's really hard to get a gash into it. Putties and bondos and hot glues chip right off of it.
Yeah.
Still completely smooth ever since I've been working on it. I love the thing. It's just its underbody could use some work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good material. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I've cut into mine.
Oh, if I could have a bamboo workbench, that'd be nice. That'd be expensive.
That would be. That'd be very expensive.
But it'd be nice.
So, I've seen a lot of people make desks and workbenches out of concrete. And it's actually really interesting. So
I'm not opposed to that either, because you can make that really smooth and really nice. Yeah. But
it'd be really
it's just
heavy.
Yeah.
It would be very heavy. But hey, it looks nice.
And then I would have to do that thing that you always see in, like, people who, like, build their own cars or whatever. I'd have to get, like, that splatter colors in there.
Splatter colors.
You know what I'm talking about?
You mean like the concrete surface, like the smooth?
Yeah, and there's always, like, colors in
it
from when they, like, splatter paints.
Yeah, you can buy that at AutoZone, actually.
Yeah, I'd want to splatter that into my workbench, so I'd have a nice, cool workbench.
Yeah, it's like a floor
confetti
surface.
almost.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'd want that.
I don't know the actual name of it, though. So.
Neither do I. Somebody smarter than us will know.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
But yeah, so I should. And then
what?
I was almost gonna say, then I would want one of those really nice, elaborate carved tables from like the 17th century or something.
Yeah.
To display all my finished stuff on, but that's like $1 gillion.
Gillion.
Yeah, gillion.
Gillion.
Very expensive. So I think that about wraps up my discussion for workbenches.
Yeah.
Until we have workbench discussion part 2. I don't know if we'll ever have it.
I hope not.
Maybe in the future when the technology of workbenches changes.
Yeah. Workbench technology.
I would need a 3D printer on my workbench.
Well, yeah, but it's more of a thing for your shop, though.
Yeah, it is. Just thought I'd mention it. And a laser cutter would be nice. And a CNC machine.
And a CNC machine, yeah.
Yeah. I care more about those than I would a vac form table.
I don't know. Vac form table would be kind of nice. Well,
I'd rather have the 3D printer.
You kind of can't really...
And the laser cutter.
You actually have to make something first before you can use a vac form table. So.
Yeah.
CNC, you just take a block of aluminum and make stuff.
No, I'd rather have a laser cutter and a 3D printer before anything else. Especially because how much I've been using my school's 3D printer, I really need one now.
Yeah.
Because I have this long list of things I want to get printed.
I wish our Radio Shack had a 3D printer. I really wish they had one.
Like to purchase or for service?
For service.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah. Actually, now that... I think Staples is offering 3D printing services.
Yeah, I would imagine that'd be expensive.
Yeah, but Office Max or Office Depot was just purchased by Staples, and my dad works for Office Depot.
Worked. They're out of business now.
Well,
Radio Shacks are going out of business.
We're keeping ours.
So are we, and I'm really well. My one here in college at university, that one's staying. My one back home is closing.
Oh, that's upsetting. You need to go and see if you can get an Arduino cheap.
No, yeah, I'm actually going home this weekend for dental work, so I'm probably gonna swing by.
Yeah,
and
swing
be
by
like,
there.
Hey,
and
you guys having going out of business sales? Because I'd like to get some stuff.
Yeah, get some Arduinos, some EL wire, some drivers for those.
My main priority would be servos.
And servos, yeah.
If I can get servos cheap from Radio Shack, I will, because then I don't have to wait for shipping from Amazon.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get my hands on a Raspberry Pi 2.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. If they're even in stock, every website I go to is either on back order or is on pre-order.
I don't think you can get them from Radio Shack, though.
Probably not. I called my Radio Shack down here at university, and I was like, do you guys have the Raspberry Pi 2 in stock? And they're like,
what?
What? I don't.
Yeah,
even know
that's
what
the
that
one
is.
thing I don't like about
like,
Radio Shack is they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they've got at all.
Yeah, my buddy from TV2 called the same Radio Shack like months ago, and was like, "Hey, I need a USB mixer for my microphone." And they're like, "Oh, what?
Yeah.
What is that?" And I'm like, "So." That's why I think that's why Radio Shack's going.
Yeah,
out
it's
of
because
business.
their employees don't know what they even sell. It's like, yeah, do you have this component, this component, this component?
We used to 80 years ago, bro.
No, but can I interest you in a Verizon cell phone?
Yeah.
No. How about some DirecTV? No. Dish? No.
We got batteries.
Batteries? My audio spiked big time.
But yeah, I miss old Radio Shack where it was just components.
Yeah,
and
that was.
They were like,
what's
your project? Oh, I'm repairing this TV. Oh, we got 12 things right here for it. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, bud. But
no problem, Sonny.
I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up there. So, Sean, my boy, my man, my co-host, my partner.
Yeah.
If people like you, where can they contact you at?
Well, my phone... No. If people would like to contact me, you can do so on Twitter at SeanEngine951 and on YouTube at Coffee Powered Media. And how about you?
How about me what?
If people would like to contact you.
Well, if they so please. They can. I lost my train of thought. What?
Where can people contact you?
Oh, okay. Right. They can go on YouTube at youtube.com/UnitedPropBuilders. Gmail. They can email me at UnitedPropBuilders@gmail.com or contact me on Facebook through the United Prop Builders Facebook group or the Facebook fan page. Or if they know me, they can send me a direct message.
Okay.
So until next time, keep on building. We'll see you later. Thanks for listening to The Prop Shop, the #1 podcast for your shop. Help support the podcast by leaving a rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher, and be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/UnitedPropBuilders.